What is up, everyone? It is me, the Mad King Paradox, just bringing you guys and gals RWBY, Volume 5, Chapter 12, Live Reaction, Vault of the Spring Maiden. In case you haven't told by now, I am just now getting over my second illness of 2018. Yes, I know it's only January, but fuck me, right? So, my apologies if I sound a little, for a little bit, but it is what it is. So, apparently, a lot of things happened this episode that luckily I have not been spoiled for. I'm pretty good about avoiding spoilers, even though I get to the chapters late, because consistency and life happenings and all that. So, without wasting any more time, let us get into this episode in 3, 2, 1, go. So yes, I've seen a lot of... Oh, let me turn this down a little bit. But yes, I watch a lot of other people's reactions after I do mine, just because I like seeing how other people do theirs, and seeing reactions in general always is a pleasure of mine. So, all the other people who I either follow or have the little sidebars saying, oh yeah, this person that you've been watching all their videos marathoning has posted something new. Yeah, I've been seeing things like, oh wow, and you know, things like, what just happened? So, I've been pretty good about avoiding all of that. Like, right now, I'm watching this video and not looking at the side right here because, again, I don't want to see spoiler thumbnails. Like I almost did with the Weiss thing last week, because I actually scrolled down a little bit after watching that one, and someone had the thumbnail of Weiss with the spear through her. Weiss! I'm just gonna sit here and scream! Hi, Yang. Unnecessary slide was unnecessary. And once again, Ruby is unconscious from one of her friends being harmed. Ow! Okay, it would have been a lot better if Hazel just took that impact and didn't move. But Leo, yeah, you just got...
You letting that boy make a fool of you. That's not just a boy. It's
Husband.
He's already reincarnated.
And now he remembers.
Husband.
You have a history with him, don't you? Hazel's getting mad.
Ruby, you... Husband! Oh no. You thought you could hide from me?
What are you doing?
You'll pay for what you did. You'll die. Over and over again.
What are you doing? Okay, somebody's hulking.
No.
Yeah, run.
Ozpin is here? Is that a problem?
That's a major problem for her.
Right now we've got the upper hand. Let's not waste it. Leo, open the path to the vault.
In the obvious spot. Oh, so it's personal items of theirs that make the vaults open. So I'm assuming Ozpin's cane opens his vault.
We got the team covered.
Ow!
To them, you're You're going to have to get through all of us.
You're telling this to Yang.
Ren, talk to me. This is bad.
Not a fatal wound, but needs to be treated.
Come on, please.
Make sure they leave Ruby alive. This won't take long.
So we finally get to see what one of these relics look like.
Oscar. No! Oscar, I told you, no! Please, let me take over. I can handle it. You told me I needed to fight for myself. So I will. This is not your fight. What does that mean? Why is
It means there's a lot of history here that you're not aware of.
Diddy boy. I thought you looked familiar. To think that evil was inside you when our paths first crossed.
Oh, you're one of those.
Be on my hands. You will be my hands.
I knew there was something dangerous about Hazel. To him, he's on the just side.
Her? Gretchen Reinhardt was his assistant. Despite her brother's wishes, she enrolled at Beacon Academy to become a huntress, and tragically lost her life on a training mission. Hazel holds me responsible. Please, let me fight. I know Hazel. He's wounded in a way that cannot be healed.
You know now. You can forgive me for what I'm about to do.
Did she know? Did she know the risk of being a huntress?
She was only a child. She wasn't ready.
She made a choice. A choice to put others before herself.
Yeah, to be fair, it's kind of a, not a weak motivation.
Chosen death.
I'm sorry. What?
Forced possession. Okay.
She's hardly breathing.
Jean, this would be a good time to show to everyone that you can heal.
No, it wasn't supposed to be like this. Please. I can't lose anyone else.
And here it comes. He can heal. I called it in my theory a long time ago that he could possibly heal. It was either heal or give strength to others. Turns out to be healing. Which is kind of bittersweet because he could have healed Pyrrha if he got there quick enough.
All I care about is my tribe, my family. This is a burden, not an honor. Oh, you've conditioned her quite well, Raven.
Is that a tree? That looks like a tree. Oh, it's several trees. Okay.
It's certainly grander than Beacon's. I wonder what the extra effort was for.
Ask Lionheart.
Not linger after you.
Is there a need for the mask? Yeah, now you have to deal with Crow. Ozpin, I would not look away right now. Okay, ow.
What's happening?
Your semblance, clearly.
What happened? What's going on?
I think she's going to be okay. She seems to be stabilizing.
Okay, Emerald? Seriously. She realized that one was an illusion. Just help Yang. You're of no use in that fight, Ruby. Crow?
Whatever you're doing, don't stop.
Then why'd you move his hands?
I'm on it.
John and Weiss still need cover. No one's gonna touch him.
Oh, he doesn't have to make physical contact. Okay.
Make it happen, Ranger. Thanks, sis. You okay? I'm angry.
Alright. Slow transitioning light. Okay. Ah. Wasn't it stated that the hiding places were created by the maidens?
Bernal, stay focused. Oh, come now, Raven. Let her enjoy this. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. How does this work? Once the Spring Maiden places her hand on the door, it will open. For you, and only you. Then I will walk into the vault and retrieve the relic. No one else. Is that clear? Yes. It doesn't matter to us. Let's get this over with. All right then. Vernal, when you're ready.
Raven, when's the backstab gonna happen?
I've heard so many stories about you, Raven. They say you're a cunning leader, that you're strong, that you're clever.
Why are you saying this now?
It's a shame that they're wrong.
Wait.
It's nothing personal, dear.
What is with your arm?
You have such power. But I so I will take.
Are you trying to become two maidens?
What is this? Where's the power?
Oh no.
Find it. Because Bernal isn't the Spring Maiden. I am.
Wait. Wait. Explain. Don't just throw that out there. You need to explain that. I heard theories that Vernal was just the cover and it was Raven that was the Spring Maiden. But there was also no proof to it. Because the theory was, in the episode A Perfect Storm, or The Perfect Storm, whichever one it was, basically, when Vernal demonstrated that she was the Spring Maiden, basically, because Raven had her helmet on, that meant that she was actually the Maiden and Vernal was the one covering for her. Apparently they were right. I was sitting here going, that is a possibility. Absolutely a possibility. But I would have to see a bit more proof in order for that to happen. And I actually went back to all the times that Raven and Vernal were on the same, or in the same area when the Spring Maiden's power was activated. And there was no clear correlation which one was actually doing it. The whole time it looked like Vernal was the one doing it. And I'm not quite certain if Vernal is dead right now. But second off, that arm. Cinder's arm is now like some sort of grim amalgamation type of, like, it reminded me of the Nokleva, where it just stretched out and just grabbed. But I can't remember if the Nokleva had more than 3 fingers or not. If it does, then I don't know what the hand exactly is, but if it was 3 fingers, then it could just be a Nokleva arm made for her. But yeah, like, that explains her arm. From what it looks like, she wants to be all of the maidens at once. Which, I can start to see what her purpose is, if that's the case. She becomes all of the maidens. She stays with Salem for the majority of the time. Probably doesn't have any other female acquaintances other than Emerald. So, if that's the case, and Salem were to make her think about her unknowingly, and then as her back is turned, just, then that would mean that all of the maiden powers, if she isn't a maiden herself, because I've heard that theory being sprung about, that she actually took the Winter Maiden's power a long time ago, and that's what enhanced her own abilities, but again, unconfirmed. So, she could have, and if that were the case, then all of the maiden powers would reside in one body. Which, to me, sounds impossible. Well, not impossible, but I want to say more along the lines of the stress would be too much for one body to handle. Presumably. Like, I'm trying to think of a good reference to go on. Like, okay, there's 2 in my head right now. One was Avatar, where in, not The Last Airbender, but The Legend of Korra, where you go back to the first Avatar's backstory, where he himself could not hold all of the bending abilities. So, was it Rava, the light spirit inside of him, had a form that could hold all of that energy. So, Rava would have to be by his side and go through him, swapping out the different bending forms. and then during harmonic convergence, they became one. So the avatar was just the person who tapped into the light spirit inside of them, which allowed them to use all four types of bending when no one else had the ability. That's one way of looking at it, where it requires something else, a catalyst, as you could say, in order to hold all the abilities, since a normal human form cannot do it. Or, I was also thinking along the lines of One Piece, where it is stated in the, hold on, where is it at? The Enies Lobby arc, all the way over here. Yes, in case you can't tell, I'm a huge One Piece fan. For those of you who don't like it, well, to each their own. Basically, it's stated by a fan favorite, Rob Lucci, that if you were to eat more than one devil fruit, which is pretty much the, hey, you eat this fruit, you get a supernatural ability type of mechanic in the show. Basically, if you eat two, the strain on your body is so immense that it fractures you and tears you apart. So you cannot eat more than one, which it's not confirmed if there have been multiple maidens in the past that have had more than one maiden ability. So until there is a clear confirmation, I'm going to say that yes, it is possible, or she does manage to get them, fight for a while, but then it becomes too much for her and she fractures. Until there's confirmation, I'm going to go both ways. So, Jean can heal. I've said it a long time ago, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Also, again, like I've talked about for, 5 minutes now? Maybe longer? Raven is the Spring Maiden. My question is, how? Was the previous Spring Maiden Vernal's sister or something? Because Vernal was just like, okay, I'll pass off as being the maiden. Sure, whatever. No big deal. You don't just agree to that and, just be like, okay, whatever. So I want to know what's going on with that. So anyway, that is it for this chapter. Woo, there was a lot to talk about there at the end. But anyway, this has been the Mad King Parallax S signing off, and I will see you all in the next chapter. There's only like 14 chapters this volume, so this was 12. That means there's only 2 left. Oh, that means things are going to kick off a lot in the next 1.5 episodes. And then the epilogue with everyone, adjusting to everything and moving forward. So there's that. So anyway, before I keep rambling, I will see you next time.